Many leaders that I work with suffer from stress and they feel significantly under pressure. So this video is specifically for people in that situation to provide some enlightenment on the topic. Based upon what we know about the human mind, the concept of pressure actually is not one that actually exists in reality. So pressure, when I put pressure on something, if I physically put pressure on, then I physically feel something physical. But the concept of psychological pressure is not one that actually occurs in reality. So how the mind actually works is that our thoughts create our feelings that we have in every moment that we're alive. So I'm constantly having thinking, and as the thinking comes through me, the thinking creates the feeling that exists within me. And the thinking that I have in any moment is the only thing that actually creates the feeling that I have. Now, the massive misunderstanding that exists in society is that external things, to me, create my feelings. So if I've got a lot going on at work, the misunderstanding that I exist within is that the work is creating me to feel a certain way. If I've got a lot on, it's having me feel pressure. But actually that's psychologically not possible, because the only thing that's creating me to feel a certain way in any moment is the thinking that I've got going on. So let me repeat that. Nothing outside of me, no situation, no person, no event, nothing that's going on outside of me is actually creating the feeling pressure or stress. The only thing that's creating that pressure and that stress is the thinking that I've got going on in the moment. Now, when I understand that in deeply, then actually I become free from what's going on outside, because I realise no matter what is going on in my life and or career, I realise that is not creating the pressure. And the more I realise that, and the more I realise it's only coming from my thinking, actually the more I suddenly become free from the concept of stress created from the outside. The other key element around stress and pressure is to be aware of what the thinking is doing inside of our mind. And so it's not just the thoughts that we've got going on, but it's then the overthinking that we have going on that creates and increases the level of stress that we feel. So not only are we thinking about a situation, but then we're overthinking about it. We're overanalyzing, we're thinking late at night, when we're tired, when we're not in a resourceful state. And so the extra thinking that we then do creates even more stress and even more pressure. So what is there to do if you're someone that feels like they're suffering from stress and or pressure? There's two simple things. One is to realise my first point really, which is the concept of pressure. Psychologically, pressure or stress just does not actually exist. The second point is to notice your thinking and to make sure that you're not overthinking and overanalyzing and putting negative thought on top of thought about any situation where you're currently feeling stressed or pressured.